So there's this great app known as Power Toys in the Microsoft Store. And what this does is it gives you access to a bunch of extra features in Windows. So let's go and take a look at the Awake feature. So the Awake module here keeps your PC from sleeping. Now, what makes this valuable is that you don't have to mess with a power plan within Windows to change the behavior. Instead, the Awake module actually overpowers the power plan in Windows. It doesn't modify it, it just overpowers it. So what does this mean? Well, by default, the mode you see here, it says keep using the selected power plan. So that means the Windows power plan is still in control. All is good. This is reflected if we see in the right corner here, there's a gray cup. If we hover on it, it says keep Power Toys awake passive. Now, if we change the mode here to keep awake indefinitely, it will prevent the computer from sleeping. And then you can also choose whether you want to keep the screen on. And you'll see that when I made this change in the corner here, the icon changed. And if you hover on it, it says indefinite and off. So off is to reflect that the keep the screen on option is off. Now, if we go back here, we can change this to keep awake for a time interval. So for example, in this case, it'll force it to be awake for an hour and 15 minutes, and then it'll release it to the Windows power plan. Again, in the corner, the icon changes. You hover and it says interval off, and then you see it's actually counting down, which is actually pretty cool. It's like a live timer. And if we change this to keep awake until expiration, this is pretty clear. You set a date, and at that day and time, it will stop keeping the computer awake. And as always, you can mess with the keep a screen on option here. It's worth noting that this little coffee cup in the corner can be used to control almost all of these settings. I say almost, let me minimize this, because when you right click, you'll notice that the keep awake until expiration time option is grayed out. And I think that's because they don't have an easy way for you to select the date and time from here. But if you select any other one, like keep awake indefinitely, that works. The icon changes. You see that the settings take effect, and you can always choose to keep the screen on from here too. So it's really convenient, especially if you need your computer to not sleep because something critical is happening and you really don't want it interrupted. It's a fun little tool I wanted to share with you guys. I hope it helps.